everyone, this is your English teacher Aya Raja. Our lesson today is the history of ancient museums. And the title of our lesson, Discover Museums, استكشاف المتاحف. Okay, the first ancient museum is the National Museum of Anthropology. Do you know what's the meaning of anthropology? يعني علم الإنسان. In Mexico City, and it has the largest collection of ancient Mexican pieces in the world in 23 galleries. The largest collection, which means مجموعة ضخمة of ancient Mexican pieces in the world. Ancient means very, very old, okay? Okay, in 23 galleries. Galleries mean معارض. In the museum you can find wonderful exhibits of Aztec culture. Exhibits معروضات of Aztec cultures. الثقافة الأزتيكية. Okay. What can you find in this museum, the National Museum of Anthropology? What can you find? Yes, you can find wonderful exhibits of Aztec culture. The Aztecs lived in central Mexico and ruled a great part of it in the 14th, 15th, and 16th centuries. Okay? Where did the Aztecs live? Yes, they lived in the central Mexico. Okay. One of the most famous exhibits in the museum is the Sunstone. What was the most famous exhibit in the museum? Yes, the Sunstone. What else? Yes, another important exhibit is the mask of the Zapotecs. Okay, and where did they live? They lived in the south of Mexico, and this mask is about 2,000 years old. Okay, now let's complete this table. You can tell me what's the name of this museum? Yes? Thank you, Ahmed. The National Museum of Anthropology. Thank you. Okay, what's the location of this museum? Mexico. Thank you. Famous collection, which you can find there. Yes, Yalina. Thank you. Ancient Mexican pieces. Thank you. Who has exhibits about this ancient culture? Who? Aztec. Thank you. Who can give me famous exhibits which you can see there? Yes, the Sunstone and the Mask of Zapotecs. Thank you. Now let's move to the second ancient museum, which is the Egyptian Museum. Okay, this Egyptian museum in Cairo is the most famous museum in Egypt, okay, and it has a huge collection. It here refers to the Egyptian Museum. It has a huge collection of more than 120,000 exhibits. And there is a royal mummy room with 27 mummies. Mummies here mean mumia. Okay? When an important person died in ancient Egypt, عندما يموت شخص مهم in ancient Egypt, people treated the body with chemicals, مواد كيميائية, and wrapped it in bandages, بلفوها بضمادات. The Egyptians also put food and jewels, مجوهرات, with their mummies. to give the dead people something to eat and wear in their next life. Next life هي الحياة القادمة أي بعد الممات. Okay, why did the Egyptian put food and jewels with their mummies? Why? Yes, to give the dead people something to eat and wear in their next life. Thank you. The most important exhibit in the museum is, yes, the gold mask of the Egyptian king Tutankhamun, okay, who lived about 2,700 years ago. Okay, now let's answer this question. Complete the table. What's the name of this museum? Yes, ya Basma. Thank you. The Egyptian Museum. Thank you. What's the location? Yes. Thank you, Cairo. You can give me famous collection which you can find there. Thank you. Royal Mummy Room. Thank you. Who has exhibits about this ancient culture? Who? Yes, Egyptian. Thank you. Who can give me famous exhibits which you can see there? Yes, the gold mask of Tutankhamun. Thank you. Now, let's move to this question. Read and find the words. Collection, exhibits, galleries, and ancient. Here we have their meanings. Okay, let's answer the first one. Very old means ancient. 2. Objects in a museum mean exhibits. Thank you. A group of objects that are the same. Collection. Thank you, Ahmad. Rooms in a museum mean galleries. Thank you. Now, let's listen to this record to answer this question. Here, archaeologists found these objects. Archaeologists mean علماء الآثار. Found these objects. What did people use them for? Listen and number the pictures. Are you ready to listen?
Welcome, page 19. 1. Archaeologists found these objects. What did people use them for? Listen and number the pictures. Welcome to the Early Human Gallery. The exhibits in this gallery are very old. Number 1 is very interesting. It's bone, but archaeologists think people used it for catching fish. How about number 2? These look very different from your clothes, but we think early humans made clothes from these animal skins. Number 3 was very important for early humans. They cut this type of stone and used it for making fire. Archaeologists think that number 4 is a very early form of money. Later, people put pictures of people on their coins, like we have today, but this coin is much older. And number 5, how did they use these sticks? When archaeologists looked at these sticks in the ground, they thought that people used them for making a tent for sleeping in or for keeping warm. They put animal skins around the sticks. And finally, number 6. Again, this was very important.
Okay, now let's answer this question. What's the first picture that she talked about? Yes, this. And this was used for catching fish. The second picture that she talked about, this. What was it used for? Yes. Thank you. For making clothes. Thank you. The next, yes, Ahmad. Thank you. This. What did people use this for? Yes. For making fire. Thank you. The next one that she talked about. Yes, this. And what did people use this for? Yes. Thank you. As money. Thank you. The next one, this. And what did people use this for? Yes. For making a tent. A tent تعني خيمة. Okay, the last one that she talked about. Yes, this. And what did people use this for? Thank you. As a spear. For catching animals. Spear يعني رمح. Let's move to this question. Look, read and write the words. Pig, didn't, fruit, gardening وتعني البستنة أي عمل تقوم به في البستان. Germany, love, no and tried. Here we have 4 pictures for 4 museums. The first one, Giant Shoe Museum in Washington, USA. The second picture for British Lawnmower Museum in Merseyside in UK. Lawnmower, these are machines for cutting grass. Okay, the third picture, Banana Museum in Washington, USA. The last one, German Sausage Museum in Thuringia in Germany. Okay? Let's answer the first sentence for the first picture. I tried a pair, but they were too big for me. Thank you. Dad loves, in this picture number 2, Dad loves gardening. So we went to this museum, but I didn't like it. Thank you. Number 3, for picture number 3, there was everything that you want to know about this fruit. Thank you. The last one with the last picture, the last museum. My brother loved this museum in Germany. He loves me. Okay, thank you all. Have a nice day.